You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Well, hello, Carrie, and welcome home.
Hello, pal. I'm back.
How are you? I missed you.
I missed you too. I am back. Some days it feels like I was gone for like a month, and some days it feels like I was only gone for a couple of days. I kind of waver back and forth between how long was I away for? I guess I wasn't away for that long.
You were gone, just 8 days. 8 days, but you packed a lot in. It felt like a month to me.
Long days.
It felt like a month to me. You were gone for 8 days, but you packed a lot into those 8 days.
Unfortunately, yes, I did. And I stayed and I can't believe it, I stayed at 4 different hotels.
In 8, like, Carrie, it's insane. It's so crazy. So I came back, we did my trip report of my agency trip, and now this is your agency trip. Coupled with you tacked on, same as I did, you tack on a little time here and there. But one of the things, people think these trips are fun, and they absolutely are, but they're exhausting.
Yeah, you pretty much you got to get up early for breakfast or whatever you're doing early in the morning. That's usually like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. And then by the time you're done at the end of the day is, eight or 9 or 10 o'clock, and then you do schedule too. So, you have to stick to it and stay up and stay alert and do all the stuff you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I lost you there for a second, but I think the people that are like park warriors, maybe they're okay with it because that's what they normally do. But for those of us that don't, maybe. So anyway, let's start it.
It's difficult.
Start at the beginning. So first resort, check-in day, flight from Toronto to Orlando.
Yeah, my flights were with Porter both ways, and they were perfectly fine, uneventful. They were on time. Everything was good. We took a private transfer. One of our friends, Helen, you know a lot of we all have common Disney friends. She organized a private transfer, which was lovely. I could have given her a kiss. Well, I probably did. That I was so excited that I didn't have to worry about taking an Uber or whatever. So we had a private transfer. The very first night we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter.
Oh, nice.
Which was nice. So just one night we got some beignets and some food and hung around and kind of, I think we went to Disney Springs and came back. Like, it was still a busy day. We were up at all of us were up that arrived that day, got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because most of us were on like the 7 o'clock
7 a.m. flights.
So that's how we're starting it off early, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, having our travel day, having beignets, having our lunch, dinner, having our evening at Disney Springs, getting back on the boat, or I think we actually Ubered because the boat lines were crazy. And then bright and early the next morning we're starting. So like we're pooped just from that first travel day. So yeah, that's how it started. And then
I was amazed. Like when I messaged you on that day and I'm like, are you in bed already? Because when you're up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it's a long, long day.
It's a long day.
And you were like, no, I'm at Disney Springs. I'm thinking, what on earth are you doing? Are you crazy, woman?
Well, I had to meet some people there that I had never met before, and I was there meeting some friends, and then we had reservations at what's it called, the Irish pub,
Raglan Road.
We had reservations at Raglan Road, and it was late, like 6:45, and the girls went ahead early while I was hanging out with my friends, and they tried to get in earlier and they couldn't. Like we literally had to wait till like that 6:30 or 6:45 reservation. But it was good. Like I had been there a long time ago like many years ago, and I hadn't been back in a while. And the menu's really cool. Like I couldn't even decide what to order. Like the menu was so interesting. Like I had some chicken pot pie type of thing or whatever, but like I couldn't choose. Like there were so many interesting things to choose from. So, anyways, that dinner was very, very good. So I'm glad I went there for dinner because it was a very enjoyable dinner. But yeah, well, by the time we were done, like when we were coming in on down the Sasagula River on the riverboats, when we got into Disney Springs, like the lineup for people getting back on them was like way like it looked like a Skyliner line at the end of the night. Like that's how
Oh,
many
you're
people were
kidding.
waiting. So when we was time to leave, we walked back that way to get on the boat, and it was still a very, very long line. So then we just jumped, as silly as it sounds, we jumped in a lift to go back to Port
Oh,
Orleans, even though the
I
riverboat
don't
is
think
right
it's
there.
silly at all. I've seen those lines when they're big and like yes, they have the boats coming pretty often, but they're not big boats that can take a ton of
No, I
people at a
don't think they
time.
take that many. So anyway, so we took the boat. We took the bus back, or the bus back.
The lift.
We could have taken a bus too. We took the lift back because that was pretty
But you're right
easy.
next to
But
the lift drop off anyway at the boat thing,
yeah,
right? Like it's right
yeah,
there,
for sure.
so it kind of makes sense.
Makes it easy. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that was our day one. And then day two, we moved over to the Contemporary because that's where we were going to be staying for the next 3 nights. We were in the garden wing at the Contemporary, so my room was probably ready around noon. So I just hung around in the
Nice.
lobby, and then went to my room. But that's when it all started. Like we had to report, like a lot of our agents, like you said, they're theme park warriors, right? So like
Right.
the minute they land, they all divvy up and they all go wherever they want to go, and they go from park to park to park to park. I did not do that. I think I went into Magic Kingdom for maybe a quick looky loo around since it was so close, and then I went back to wait for our dinner because we had our welcome dinner that night. But yeah, during our conference, they're just busy. That's all. They're just busy. Like they start early. We do resort tours like you guys do. We do park time. We do classroom time. And then it's all over and we're exhausted. The one thing that I did do that was different, we went to Chef Mickey's as part of our conference, which I hadn't been to Chef
Oh,
Mickey's
nice.
probably like maybe 10 or 12 years. It's been since I've been like in Chef Mickey's for a meal, so that was kind of fun. And then I also did three parks in one day.
Carrie. Oh my, okay, so first, so Chef Mickey's, you enjoyed it? It was good. The food was good. That was
Yeah,
your
good.
character breakfast because we did
Yeah,
1900 Park Fair. So Chef Mickey's
yeah,
was good.
yeah. It was good. It was cute. We were there early, and like we're there like seven
Yeah.
forty-five in the morning, so it's not too crazy. It's just at the start of the morning, so yeah, it was pretty good. By then, like I'm even like that might have been a couple of days in. Like usually like a couple days in, I'm already sick and tired of eating
Yes.
at restaurants. So like I think I had oatmeal. I think I had oatmeal and a whole bunch of fruit that morning. But the
Shocking.
characters were the characters were and lots of coffee. And the characters were cool, and it was a lot of fun. Like just what you expect, all the classic characters, and lots of food. Yeah,
Good.
it was good.
Good.
But yeah, then
Okay,
I
so
can't keep
three
track of which.
parks.
So, so
Which
the
three?
one I went to I went to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So we had our scheduled day, and then we went to Hollywood Studios. So we went to Hollywood Studios, and we had I think I didn't ride very many attractions. We rode um Rise of the Resistance because we had an agent that had never ridden it before. Like she
Oh,
always travels with
fun.
her little kids, and she never. So we went on that, and we were going to. I think some of the group was going to ride some of the Toy Story rides or whatever. But I remembered that I had some shopping to do, and I hadn't been to Epcot yet. So I went from by myself. I parked top by myself. I
Oh
went
my
from Hollywood
gosh.
Studios. I got on the Skyliner. I went to Epcot. I had to do some shopping for our friend Stan. I needed to get some pepper shakers for him. And then by the time I got there, the park is pretty much closing. And then I took the monorail. I took multiple transportation that day too.
Look at you.
I took the monorail to Magic Kingdom. And then I went and watched the parade at Magic Kingdom. And then I walked back to the Contemporary at the end of the day. So I did three. I don't know the last time I did three parks in one day.
I can't believe I am so super impressed, Carrie.
It's been probably decades since I've done three parks in one day.
I love it. Good for you. And you did the monorail from Epcot.
It shows the love of shopping and merchandise is what really made me do it. Because when I went to Hollywood Studios, I had to get the Muppet. They had Muppet pressed pennies for the Rock and Roller Coaster under construction. So there's 8 pennies. So that's what really got me there in the first place. I'm like, well, I got to go to get these pressed pennies, and then the pressed pennies turned into the Epcot run. Which, and again, you're like, I'm so close to Magic Kingdom. It doesn't, it seems silly to not go in and watch the nighttime parade. So some of our gals were waiting for the parade. So I ponied up to the curb and had a seat and waited till the parade was over. When the parade was over, I left. Because I'm sure the park was still open for a couple more rides, but I was like,
you
see you
done.
later. I was done.
And then the walk back, at least you don't have to fight that's one of the great things about the Contemporary. You don't got to fight the crowds, the buses, the monorails, the whatever. You just walk back.
So I went in the Magic Kingdom 3 times. I went in the very first day we got there. I walked over to get some lunch. Then another night, that was the Friday afternoon. Then Saturday, I met Curtis and Alec. They came to the hotel and we walked over and we hung around there for a couple of hours. And then I went back to watch the parade like 3 times in Magic Kingdom.
Look
in
at
one
you.
week is huge for me.
I'm rubbing off on you. What did you think of the castle colors now with the new paint? How did you love her?
I like it. I do like it. Like I'm not tied to the old castle. Like it's interesting because we do have there's people like you that I grew up there and they feel the same way as you. Like they're so happy to see that.
They're so happy
to see the original colors come back. And some people that are like fine either way. Like I think it's the people that have like the long ties to that castle are the ones that are very excited to see it come back.
I just think she photographs better too. I don't think the pink tinge, I guess it just like it had to be a very beautiful non-cloudy day for that pink to really shine. It just, yeah.
I kind of feel that way about the Great Castle. Like there's lots of days in Florida where the sky is gray and overcast, and I think it kind of washes it out a little bit too. But it looks nice. It's nice and bright, and it's funny, like they have the waterways all empty, and like we were kind of laughing, like everybody's walking around running to all the attractions, and like me, Curtis, and Alex were like looking over and like pointing out all the things and like trying to figure out where the water levels are and like where the swan boats used to be and all that stuff. And it's like that's what we're in the park and that's what we're doing. We're looking over into the empty moat and pondering all these things we wonder about Disney parks, not so much the rides. So I'm trying to think of what else I did for my Disney.
So lots of resort tours. Anything special at the resorts that you were surprised or new things? Like the Caribbean Beach, seeing the Little Mermaid rooms, those were lovely.
Yeah, we at Caribbean Beach, like I'd never stayed there before. So we didn't tour that one. But it was one that I've never stayed at. So now on my list is only Polynesian and Wilderness Lodge / campground. So I never stayed there before. We were in a preferred room, which is nice and close to the main buildings, and that was awesome. Like it's a huge resort. We walked over to Riviera for lunch. One day we had that delicious sandwich, that vegetable pita wrap thing that you like. Is so good. It's worth going to the Riviera to have that sandwich. Holy
it was
smokes.
Good, right?
I know. I knew you liked a veggie sandwich there, and I ordered it. And then, like, I messaged you with the picture, and I knew it was a sandwich as soon as I ate it. Like, as soon as I had my first bite, I was like, "No, this is it. This is
the one.
This is a very, very good sandwich." But yeah, I don't know, when it came to the resorts, like, I don't know if we really saw anything new when we were at Port Orleans French Quarter that first night. Those rooms have been all refurbished, so it was nice to see those rooms, but Yeah, like I didn't go on any of like there's new attractions. Like I didn't go on Zootopia Better Together,
Together.
whatever, Together. I didn't do that. I still haven't been on the new attractions or the new shows at Hollywood Studios. I was going to try to do them, and then I'm like, oh, we'll do them next time maybe because I didn't really feel like running around like crazy to try
Yeah.
to squeeze everything in. So yeah, I saw some hotels and we went to the Treasure, the Disney Treasure one day, like you guys toured the
Hmm.
Disney Treasure, which is really nice. It's
And
such a beautiful
how
ship.
were your steps that day?
Oh my goodness, my steps were like 18 to 20,000 steps every single day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, like walking, yeah, all the walking we do when you're not, well, when I'm not used to walking,
Same.
it
Yeah,
was
and
pretty
up and down
exhausting.
stairs and oh, yes. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a crash course workout for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was just a lot of walking about and not resting enough and just work. But it's good. You get to see people and connect with everybody and spend time together, and that's more important
Hmm.
than riding all of the attractions. I got to go on Flight of Passage a couple times, went on the safari at Animal Kingdom. But but yeah, other than that, at Magic Kingdom, I went on the People Mover, I went on the Haunted Mansion, like just the few things that I would
A
usually go
couple
on
things. Yep.
anyways. Like, I probably, if there's a few things I'm gonna go on when I'm at Magic Kingdom, those are the ones that we went on. And it was neat to walk around and see the Rivers of America stuff. And we were up in what's it called? The restaurant, the quick service there. Um where
Columbia
you could
Harbor
look out and
House.
it's Columbia Harbor House. I went there twice and I can't remember the name. When you're up in Columbia Harbor House out the windows, like you can really see into the Rivers
Oh,
of America
right.
area. So that was kind of neat to get a bird's eye view of that. But yeah,
Okay, so
that's
let me
pretty
get
much
this. So
it.
you started at Port Orleans French Quarter, then you
Yeah.
moved to the Contemporary,
Oh,
did all
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
training,
Yeah.
then you
Then we
moved to
went to
Caribbean
Caribbean
Beach.
Beach. Yeah.
And that
hmm
was your first time staying at Caribbean Beach.
That was my first time at Caribbean Beach. Yeah.
And where was your building located? Because my issue with Caribbean Beach is always like if it's just so big that I don't like being away out in the boonies.
I think we were building number 31, which was really, really, really close, like very, very close. It's probably as close, like
Like
probably
close to
one
the
of the
main
closest
building.
preferred buildings
Yeah.
that you can get. Yeah,
So that
it's
makes
really
a big
big.
difference.
It's really big there, that's for sure. And I'm sure that helped. Like, I could run in the morning. I ran in the morning and filled up our cups or ran at night and filled up our refillable mugs because I got a resort refillable mug, A, because it's a new design and because I was going to be at so many Disney resorts. But yeah, like I could get up and fill our cups and come back in the room in just a couple of minutes. So, and the pool was
Right.
right there. So yeah, definitely being preferred if you're going to be spending a lot of time at the resort is
Yeah,
probably worth it for sure.
for sure.
Um,
And then
Otherwise
you're
you could be
close to
close to the
Riviera too,
Skyliner.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a walk to get. It would be a bit of a walk to get to the Skyliner, probably the
Hmm.
same type of walk to get to the Caribbean Beach Skyliner. Like it is not, you know, it's not
It's not
right
right
there.
there.
It's
Yeah,
a bit
yeah,
of a
yeah.
walk, but yeah, being close to the pool was nice and it's really lovely resort. The way I thought, like I always think about like staying at I always like staying at Saratoga because I think Saratoga kind of feels like you're stepping away from the parks and it feels like you're somewhere else. Like you could be in a totally
Yes.
different state in a resort or whatever. But I felt that a couple of times when I was at various resorts. Like when we were at like being at the Contemporary in the Garden Wing, like it can be very quiet back there, except at
Yes.
nighttime when the water pageant is going on. It can be really quiet back there. And there was a couple of times when we were touring, like I kind of felt that way too. And I guess it just depends. The resorts are they are a retreat for sure, regardless of where you are. Like I know there's people that love Caribbean Beach and probably stay there every single year, like the whole time their kids are growing up, and it's like they're home away from home. And I'm sure parts of it can be chaotic, but yeah, like around that lake and the walking paths, like there's a little bit of there's a little you can retreat anywhere and get away from the parks. And I always kind of just associated with certain
Yes.
hotels, but I felt this time like I was.
If you're a Disney fan, then you should listen to Carrie and Fran. They laugh and chat and help you make a plan. If you're going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and you will become a Pixie Dust fan.
He disappeared.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? And we have to tell everyone that this is Murphy's Law because we normally record um extra backups. And literally today I said to Carrie, like we've never had to use the backups. Never, ever, ever. Everything's always been fine. So today we're not recording backups. And today we have internet issues. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But you're back.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's probably who knows what it is over here. I had my laptop plugged in to the internet, but then my new kittens were knocking it out of the router. So I was having crappy internet on Wi-Fi, and then thought that was going to be the answers to hardwire, but then like they keep knocking the plug out, so the hardwire wasn't working, and then I had my Wi-Fi turned off because I was hardwired, and then
Right.
I was in the same boat. So
Yeah.
so yeah. So
So,
let me see here.
okay. So let me see. So now you're at Caribbean Beach. That's where you had the sandwich. I'm so glad you tried it. And I knew you would love it. I knew you would love it at Riviera. Um, okay. What is the fourth hotel?
So yeah, we stayed at the Renaissance on Hotel Boulevard, so right near Disney Springs.
Okay.
So my travel partner, she won a couple of free nights there, so that's why we changed to another hotel. We were going
Okay.
to do the 4 nights at Caribbean Beach, but then we decided to do two and two. Yeah,
Wow. So you packed up again. Now
we
you're over
packed
at
up
Disney
again, and
Springs.
yeah, and that's a very nice. It used to be the B Resort, which is it's an older resort, and it's really nice. Like they've definitely Marrioted it up. Like it is very nice. Like the rooms are old because it's an old building, it's an old
Yeah.
tower, but they've decorated them the best they can. But like the actual hotel, like the pool is really funky and like kind of mid-century-ish looking, like because it has like low motels with like balconies, which is
Oh,
what
right
they
up
did
your
back then.
alley.
And
Yeah.
then they had yeah, like they've done a really good job in the public spaces, like elevating it to be like at a Renaissance level. So yeah, we stayed there for
The older hotels, like if you get one that's constructed a long time ago, the rooms are a lot bigger, right? Like back then,
yeah.
they absolutely didn't have the same thought of let's cut all this space to see if we can fit more rooms in. That's
Hmm.
why the original hotels at Walt Disney World are so big by
Yeah.
comparison, right? Because the structures are so big. So these were they big rooms? Like what kind of room? Was it like two queens?
Yeah, it was a two queen room. It was normal size, I think. Like I don't think it was anything like really extra big, but it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. I think I was more impressed with because yeah, like they're working with what they've got to work with the rooms, but I was more impressed with like the actual public spaces. Like they had beautiful areas to lounge, and it was really like the decor was awesome. It was really really nice. So because we got there early, we had to hang out waiting for our room
Of course.
to be ready. So
And then transportation, you were good getting around, or did
yeah,
you just lift everywhere?
we did lifts and Ubers everywhere. So we went to let me hear I got my list here. Let's see. So we did a Port of Flights, okay, 2 nights Caribbean Beach, never stayed there before, 3 parks 1 day, Chef Mickey's,
Look at you with your
did
notes. You're so
Muppets
organized.
roller coaster, press pennies, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, so here's the different stuff that I did. I'm making sure I made a list of the highlights that I have to remember. So when we were at Caribbean Beach, we did a tour with Sea World Discovery Cove. So that was something new that I had never done before. So we
Yeah.
had one of the representatives from United Parks. He met us early, and again, so this is like my work conference is done, but the very next day we had to be up and be at SeaWorld by 8 o'clock in the morning, or Discovery Cove
Ay,
by eight
ay,
o'clock in
ay.
the morning.
So that's
So we did
self-inflicted, but yes, good.
self-inflicted but work related. So a bunch of us went and we toured around Discovery Cove, which is like an all-inclusive like beach day where you can swim with the dolphins and do all that stuff. And then we went for a walk around SeaWorld. Like they gave us SeaWorld tickets, so we had lunch at SeaWorld and we got to explore SeaWorld again with our guided tour. Like he walked us around and like pointed at all the stuff and gave us, all the details that we need to know. And I'd never ever been to either of those before. So SeaWorld's, I kind of like it. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I like how they like they integrate animals into all of their attractions, and of
Hmm.
course trying to like teach and help people learn about conserving and saving animals and all that stuff. So I liked it. Like it's not Disney, like, but it's not supposed to be Disney.
Right.
It was interesting. I really liked it. We walked around. We went to Sesame Street Land. We like pretty much walked probably 80% of the park. We went on a couple attractions like the penguin ride. Like there's this ride where you go through it, and at the end you're into like this big penguin habitat that's like really smelly. But there's like all these species of penguins there. It's really cool.
Oh my
So
gosh, I love penguins.
penguins, and they have like manatees, they have turtles, they have dolphins, they have all kinds of animals there. And what they said they're trying to do with all of their attractions is that all of their newer attractions all is tied to an animal. So like most of them, like when you're leaving the ride, you're in a space where they're trying to
With the
teach you about the
animals.
animals some more, right?
Right.
So they said that's what they're doing, and they've got a lot of information about how they are helping the animals with research and saving them and releasing them and all that stuff. So it was a good day. Got some
Nice. I
sea
haven't been to,
nice.
yeah, I haven't been to SeaWorld in forever.
Yeah, I liked it. I was excited, like, to just see what it's like. And often, yeah, like you need to experience it to kind of
Yeah.
understand it. So it was a pretty good day. So like that was another full day. By the time we were done that and back at our hotel, maybe like 4 o'clock-ish or five, like we were like this was just another extra long day,
Yeah.
in addition to the ones I had prior, that I was tired. We went to bed early.
Yeah.
And then the next day we went to Discovery Cove. So we had bought Discovery Cove, like we toured it in the morning to see what it
Yeah.
was all. We had bought tickets to go to Discovery Cove because that was something on my bucket list. So when you go to Discovery Cove, you pay whatever you pay for your one day. We actually got a Black Friday sale and got quite a deal on it. But when you're in Discovery Cove, like all the beer and the wine, your towels, your suntan lotion, like your snorkeling in the reef, like everything that you need is included. Your breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you stay that late. Like, they serve food until whatever time. So
Nice.
it's like pretty much an all-inclusive experience. So I really wanted to go because I was always curious about what it was like.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty, I don't know, I would go there again. I think it's pretty cool. Like if and a good option for people that like it can cost quite a bit depending on when you go and if you add on other things. But if you're on a cruise ship and you want to swim with the dolphins, you're going to pay quite a bit of money to do that as well, right? So it is a
Yeah.
good thing to do. Like if you're in the Orlando area and you want a beach day, or you want to swim with the dolphins, or you want to, have that type of relaxing all-inclusive experience, like it's a pretty good spot. It's almost like it's a hidden, like it's almost like,
Like a
you
little
know,
hidden gem.
yeah, like a little hidden gem. Like I'm sure most people don't really know about it, or they maybe think it's a water park, or they think it's like because they have Aquatica there, like the
Yeah.
sea water park. So maybe they get mixed up or they don't really understand it. Like they only let in 1,300 people a day, and that would be at the max. So it could be a pretty nice, relaxing day,
I
and then
like that they
everybody,
put caps on it, right? That's a big deal when they put a cap of how many people they let in. So you know it's never going to be like too overcrowded because they're
yeah.
protecting the experience.
And throughout the day, people are doing like the big thing is a dolphin. So like I think like your dolphin appointment is like first come, first serve. So like even though like the waterways don't open until maybe 9:30 or nine, between 9 and 10 is when the water opens, but people get there like 7 o'clock in the morning. And then because breakfast starts at 7:30. So people go and you eat your breakfast before you even get into the
Right.
water. So like they kind of build that in. And I think the dolphin swim stuff is like when you get there early to get in the queue for booking your time. But all throughout the day, people are doing that. So I think it's a good mix of like of there's the lazy river and there's the snorkeling and then there's all the beach area, whatever. They've got like a bird aviary. That's where we saw I sent you a video of the flamingos.
Yes.
At 9:15 every morning, they walk the flamingos from their pen all through the beach, and then they turn around and then they walk back. So the flamingos kind of run every morning. So they've got a flamingo pen, and they have
That was
like you
fun.
can you can come close with like sharks and stuff like that. Like you pay extra for doing the dolphin swim and the shark thing or whatever, but
Right.
generally you can do the snorkeling and the lazy river and being in the water and seeing the aviary and doing all that stuff. That's included. So, but yeah, it didn't seem like maybe it wasn't that busy of a day because it is still, pretty early in the year and maybe the weather can be a little iffy, but yeah, it seemed I don't know how many people were there that day, but it didn't seem like ever like extra busy at
Right.
all.
Oh,
So
that's good.
yeah.
Wow. So kind of another full day, although
Yeah,
that
that was
a
a little
little
bit
more
more relaxing.
relaxed.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, I just sat there and vegged out all day long. Like
Nice.
I really just like totally checked out. So
You
um
deserved that after
yeah,
like all those
that was my first
days.
day. Yeah, that was my first day where like I just kind of did nothing. I was a bit of a vegetable that day. Um and then I only had one full day left and that was when we were at the Renaissance and we went to the outlet mall and did a little bit of shopping and
Anything
then
good
came
at the
back
outlet
and
mall?
I was looking specifically for a birthday present for somebody, so I did get that. And then we bought a few things at the character outlet, yes. So
Anything fun?
like just mostly I bought sweatshirts.
Mm,
Like it's like $15. Nothing too exciting, but lots of stuff, like lots of interesting stuff there.
right.
Um, yeah, lots of interesting stuff. And there was no line. So we did outlet shopping, then we went to Disney. And I think we might have went to Disney. I can't even remember. It's all a blur. At the end, the very last thing I did was we met our friend at Boardwalk and we all got cake from the cake shop. That
And
was
how
kind
did
of
you
like,
enjoy the
and
cake?
it was okay. Like it was good. It like it wasn't like the best cake ever, but like it was a
I
big
haven't
slice.
tried
Like
it yet.
I'd pay $20 for a slice of it again. Like I'm not, it's $22. Like I think it's a, I think it's a good, like it tastes pretty good. Like I don't know. Like I would, yeah, I would do
You'd
it
buy
again.
you'd buy another slice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm only buying one for me, right? Like I'm not buying one for like I'm not
Like for a full
buying.
family, you're not paying $100 for cake for everybody.
Mhm. So that was pretty much the end of my trip, but we had a piece of cake.
And then you had your flight home though was not the 7 a.m. Like it was 11 or
No, it
something,
was
right?
11 something. So yeah, I woke up, went to the airport really, really, really early, and then waited in the lounge for a couple of hours, and my flight was on time. And then I got home.
Nice.
I was home by like maybe 5, which is different because usually I'm home at like 10 o'clock at night because I usually take the 8 o'clock flight home.
Yeah.
So usually I'm home at like 11 to midnight usually. So it was weird to be home early. So
Wow.
checked in with the cats and had a
And now
nap,
you're
pretty
home.
much probably. I think I
Well, it's
recovered. I
hard.
relaxed yesterday. So
That's good. Well, I'm happy to have you home. We chatted briefly, I think your first couple days, and then the day you got the sandwich, you sent me that picture, and I was at an event, a travel agent event that night, and you always tease me, like they're great. You get a free chicken dinner. So I was sending you pictures of my chicken dinner. And you were sending me pictures from your dinner.
it's true.
Um, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm glad you're home. And then, so you're home for how long, Carrie?
Yeah, like a month. Oh my goodness.
I know, but I'm super excited about our trip.
Yeah, me too. A lot of the stuff, like was seeing some of that stuff, like it was easy to like not spend so much so much time in the park because I knew that I was going to be coming back with you. So then I could be like, oh, that's okay. I'll just do that with Fran. Like I'll just do that with Fran. Like it was kind of my excuse, really.
I'll
People are
do it with
like,
Fran.
you haven't seen New Village? You haven't seen the New Village show? You haven't seen the Zootopia
I
show yet?
know.
You haven't seen the New Mermaid show yet? And I'd be like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna see it with Fran. That's what
There
that
you
was my
go.
you were my
Well,
out. I was like, I'm saving it for next time.
well, it's only fitting that you do the Zootopia one with me.
Yeah.
Um, that's awesome. But I am super excited. So, we've got a couple podcasts in between now and then, but Carrie and I are heading down together, just the two of us. And we're actually trying to do stuff that we don't normally do. and stuff from our bingo cards. And we want to do a little more of a relaxing, an actual vacation, like a real vacation. And I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I can't wait.
This was not a vacation, not one.
Not at all. Yes. The only problem with our trip is that the flight prices were insane.
Because we
So
don't plan it ahead of time, even though we could have bought our flights like months ago.
we knew we were going, but we didn't buy our flights until like, I think the day or two before you went on your trip. And the only ones that weren't even reasonable price, but they were the most reasonable price are the flights that Carrie really doesn't like, which is the 7 a.m. flight there and the 7 a.m. flight home.
But that's what we booked.
That's what we booked, and we booked 2 different airlines, and yeah, so, but whatever, we've got our flights now, and we're all set. So yeah, in a month, we'll be back. We'll be in Walt Disney World, and we're gonna have some fun stuff to tell everyone
We'll take
about.
better notes because then it won't be a blur and it won't just be a bunch of things on a yellow sticky note. We should take better notes because I can't even remember what order I did any of this stuff in. It's just like everything I said in a bowl mixed up. Just throw everything in a bowl and mix it up like you're making some bread dough. That's pretty much and it's only been a couple days, and that's my memory of it at this point.
See? Well, I think we've got a couple things on our list to do that we haven't done before, so that's exciting. And yeah, and then there will be days of lounging in nothingness. So
I think like when I was there, it was hot already.
I know,
and I was already talking to myself about when we're there in May. I'm like, it's gonna be so flipping hot.
Yeah.
Like our Grace this time, like it got chilly at nighttime. So even though the sun was blazing and we were hot during the day, you could be chilly at night and chilly in the morning.
Nice.
But I don't think it's going to be like that when we're there. So I was already like sort of like worried about the fact that we're going to melt. But
We are. And that's okay because you and I are both okay with not spending, like we don't do the whole got to be in the park for 12 hours standing in the sun. Like we go from shade to shade to shade to shade.
It might be so hot that we don't want to spend 2 hours in the park. So
exactly, right? We might be just going for the villain show, see a little mermaid, and then take a picture to prove we were there and leave. I just want to go and get lots of pictures of the castle. That's my only thing. So I need it to be a sunny day so I can get.
I'm sure there'll be lots of sun.
I'm sure. And then we're going to do swimming and all sorts of stuff. It's exciting. But we've still got a couple podcasts between now and then.
I'm still working through my recent experience.
Yes.
So I apologize for my lack of extra enthusiasm at this point. But it's there, I promise you.
I know. Well, it sounds like a full jam-packed trip, and you deserve a little rest because, it's go, go, go when you're on those trips, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Carrie. We are at that time of the podcast, and I asked you before we started, and you said, yeah, I got some. You got pixie dust for this week?
I probably got lots of pixie dust, really, to talk about that over the last week. I had lots of pixie dust, but what is my pixie dust? I really want to wait. Like I got to spend time with Curtis and Alex. That's always pixie dust.
That's
I love
nice.
that. I love spending time with them. We kind of giggle and laugh and walk around the park and talk about things that we like to talk about.
That's awesome because they're local, right? So sometimes they get to see stuff that you don't.
Yeah, but no, seeing them is definitely. I like to fit that in. So that's my pixie dust. So how about you? What's your pixie dust?
My pixie dust is the night that I went to that travel agent conference, one of our mutual friends, her son has a 3D printer.
Oh, what did you get printed?
So I got, and I haven't done it yet. You'll be impressed because every time you come here, you tell me that my plants, because I don't have a green thumb. And quite honestly, I'm surprised that I have kept these plants alive as long as I have. and they've outgrown their planters. So what I got was he makes these planters that are the bottom shape of Spaceship Earth.
Mm.
So it's like the bottom half of Spaceship Earth, and then you plant your plant in it. So I ordered some soil from Amazon because I didn't want to go to Rona or whatever, and I'm going to try and replant them today in my new planters, and then I'll take some pictures. But they're it's super cute. It's super cute. The only thing was there weren't holes in the bottom for the water, so I drilled a few holes in the bottom just so that the water can come out if need be. But
send me a picture.
I'll send you a picture because they're lovely. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, if you made it all the way to the end of the podcast, thank you for listening. And don't forget to leave us a rating and review wherever you're listening. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we will. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll be here.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.